So what can I say about Blade Runner that someone else hasn't already said, and probably more eloquently? Let's find out.
You tell him, Johnny. You tell the world.
Okay, I guess may as well do the synopsis of the story. So the story in this one, pretty simple. It's the future year of 2019. You're in Los Angeles. There's this guy, Deckard. He's a Blade Runner. His job is to chase down and kill replicants, which are basically androids. And there's some bad androids, and he gets pulled back into the Force for one last job, and he has to catch him and kill him. Let's start with the obvious here. It's got an unbeatable atmosphere, set design, cinematography, lighting. Pretty much everything from a technical point of view in this film is damn near perfect and has been kind of the industry standard since it came out. Now here's for the not so great. The story has never really been my favorite thing about the film. If you strip away it's the future and there's androids and all the eye candy, it's basically just a story. It's like a Western style story where a sheriff has to chase down some outlaws. And sure, there are added layers of complexity with the future and all that sort of stuff. But there's also lots of philosophical questions. What does it mean to be human? But at the story's core, it's just a cop chasing down outlaws. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but they're not playing it like a Western. They're playing it like a noir. So for what's kind of like a future film noir, detective mystery, there's not all that much mystery. Deckard and Rachel's love story never worked. They have zero chemistry. And it felt super forced. Like the only reason that it was in the film was to shove a love story in there. The character of Sebastian has always been a dud for me as well. The sections with Sebastian and Pris living together, they kind of fall flat, and that's where I tend to lose interest when I do lose interest. More on that later. And I just kind of find it dull and clunky. Ridley Scott's retconning that Deckard is a replicant. No, he's not. I always thought it was stupid, and it just never made sense to me with what we're seeing on screen. Harrison Ford never thought of Deckard as a replicant. The screenwriter never thought of Deckard as a replicant. And I never thought of Deckard as a replicant. And even in 2049, it doesn't appear that Denis Villeneuve really thinks that he's a replicant. He kind of leaves it a little bit ambiguous, but nah, he's a human. What are you talking about? It's just kind of something that Scott came up with after the fact and recut into his subsequent versions. Speaking of that, I actually don't mind the original dubbed version with the narration that the studio forced Harrison Ford into doing. And he obviously did not want to. He doesn't do a great job on it.
Sushi. That's what my ex-wife called me. Cold fish.
And it's on purpose. He's taking it so that they hopefully wouldn't use it, but they got that version out there. I think it works more for this retro future detective noir story to have this kind of hard-boiled, overdubbed inner monologue narration thing going on.
Replicants weren't supposed to have feelings. Neither were Blade Runners.
I just never found it as intrusive or kind of just bad and off-putting that some people did. So do I think the final or director's cut is better? Yeah, I guess. It's not like a night and day difference to me, though. I do kind of miss some of the just chatter and inner monologue stuff when I'm watching the final cut. I'm like, I could use some noise going on here. Little exposition and stuff. Because it's like very pretty to look at, but you don't really... Deckard's not a well-written character that's super expressive and emotive to begin with. So you take away all that, all those thoughts, and is just kind of, walking around staring at stuff. And the pacing of it is a little bit off. Once it gets to Pris moving in with Sebastian, I kind of zone out for a while, and I'm still not really sure exactly what goes on in that section of the movie. I think they go find the big boss and push his eyes in. yeah, just kind of a weird pace where it just kind of dies for me. So this is a movie that did not click with me initially. Like I have the kind of I guess it's a classic story of Blade Runner. Is I saw it when I was like 12 or 13. Saw it on like a 13-inch TV with the director's cut edition, so it was widescreen, so it was super small, but it looked cool, and I thought some of it was fun, but it didn't blow me away. It kind of been put on a pedestal, and it just really didn't live up. I was like, oh, that looked neat, and I like the zooming in scene.
Stop. Track 45 right. Stop.
Yeah, there's a bunch of it I liked, but I just didn't feel like I really connected with it. And I probably watched it once every 5 years after that, and each time I would get a little bit more of kind of what the appeal was to some people. But it would always lose me during the Pris and Sebastian shacking up, and then it would get me back once Batty started doing weird things around the building. Some of those shots are a little bit just don't work. They're kind of not amateurish, but it just looks like a dude running around in his underwear instead of... And Deckard wanders around a lot in that dark building. Anyway, so fast forward to fall of 2017, Blade Runner 2049 comes out. I thought that was a bad idea. I didn't think the preview looked especially great, and you know, the track record of like 40-year later sequels, it's not great. But I'm a big sci-fi fan, so I thought, hey, let's go check this one out. And that was the right choice. 2049 blew me away. That was probably my favorite thing I saw that year. Can't say enough good things about that one, and someday I'll do a full review on it. And spoilers, it's going to be a 5. So anyway, I come home from that, and I'm obviously super curious about watching the original again. It's been a while. I want to see, maybe I'll see that magic. And yeah, finally, it all clicked for me. I could see why everybody liked it. The part where Pris and Sebastian shack up, I was even paying attention there. It didn't lose me. It was awesome. I finally got Blade Runner. For the first time, I kind of got a sense of what it might have been to watch this in 1982, where this is just like nothing you've ever seen before. Square drinking glasses. This is an odd one, but my mom pointed it out. She'd never seen square drinking glasses in a film before. And those are commonplace now, but I guess it's just little things like that in the film that might have been super futuristic that I just didn't even notice and still don't notice because they were just the first one and it's been so ubiquitous since then. But this is still kind of a unique film for me because I'm never sure if I'm gonna like it when I put it on. Like 4 out of 5 times I put it on, have a great time, but then every once in a while I put it on and all the things that used to bug me and I didn't like about it just stand out. And I don't even end up finishing watching it. I can't really think of another movie like this for me where I'm just so unsure of what my opinion on it really is. Like, most of the time I think I like it, but then I think, am I just trying to convince myself that I like it? Because a lot of people seem to really like it. I know I like the look of the movie. I know I like the sci-fi aspect, the world, all that sort of stuff. I know I don't like the story. I don't think... yeah. So what am I going to rate this at? I'm going to give it a 4. The technical stuff, all a 5. But the like acting and story, like everything else, that's a 3 or so. So split the difference, give it a 4. Those are my thoughts on Blade Runner. What do you guys think of Blade Runner? Is it good? Does it hold up to the hype? Which version's your favorite? I think the unicorn's dumb. Like, it's literally B-roll from Legend. You just cut another movie in there. Like and subscribe, all that jazz. So thanks for watching me talk about movies for a little bit, and you can tune in next time to see what else Johnny likes.